You're watching Bryce's Valley This Morning on KBTX News 3.
President-elect Joe Biden will drop the elect from his title on Wednesday.
He inherits leadership of a country in desperate economic times as the pandemic has rendered many Americans jobless and struggling for more income.
Texas A&M Bush School of Government and Public Service political economist Raymond Robertson joins us this morning. Good morning, Dr. Robertson.
Good morning. It's great to see you again.
Now, first question here, economy obviously in a bad way because of the pandemic. What can a new presidential administration do to actually help?
You know, the biggest problem with the economy so far has been the pandemic. It's the virus itself. And so the administration is lining up all of its forces to try and make sure that we get that vaccine out as soon as possible. The unemployment rate has been rising and falling with new cases, so it's pretty clear that that's what we have to address first.
So the Biden stimulus plan, though, this thing's going to Congress, $1.9 trillion. It includes those direct payments to Americans. Everything in this bill, will it work?
Yeah, one of the things we've seen so far from the last stimulus plan and other stimulus plans that we've tried is that they are really effective at boosting the economy. They're really good at getting consumers back in the stores, people starting to spend money again. So the real concern actually is that it might be stimulating the economy too much, but we're not going to worry about that quite yet.
I know folks do like getting checks in the mail, that's for sure.
So specifically with those checks, specifically with those direct payments, I've seen just such conflicting opinions on them. Do those direct payments really stimulate the economy as much as we would hope?
You know, they really do, and the reason why is because they're mainly targeted at the lower income individuals. They have that income cap at around $75,000 for individuals, and these are people who have not been saving a lot. They don't save a lot. They have a lot of urgent needs, whether it's the food or rent or trying to get their supplies for their kids. And so since they spend a lot higher fraction of their income, it really turns into a much larger boost in the economy.
Now, looking at this stimulus plan, obviously he can't just put this into effect day one. Got to go through Congress and everything. Do you think everybody seems to be on board with this plan that we're seeing right now?
Well, there's a lot of support for it, especially since unemployment rates have been rising, and that's the concern. We'll find out in a couple days what happened in December, but in November, unemployment rates stayed the same nationwide, but in several areas, it's still pretty high. In Texas, it's about 8.1%. So there's a lot of people that need it, and because of that, there's a lot of pressure on Congress for both parties to support the new bill.
When we look at the long-term effects of the pandemic and how it's wrecked our economy here in this short term, what are those long-term effects? Can we even predict them right now? And if we can, what can the Biden administration do to help mitigate those long-term effects?
Yeah, there's two really important long-term effects that we've been tracking. One of those is the effect on businesses. A lot of businesses have shut down, and because there's very large startup costs to get the businesses up and running again, it's going to take some extra help to get businesses going once again for those that have really shut down or trying to start something new. The other one is that we've also seen that when people enter the labor force, when you graduate from high school, you graduate from college, and you're looking for a job, and the economy is doing really badly, as it has been last year, that actually has an impact on your earnings for your entire life, and it goes on for years. So those people, especially those new job entrants, are at risk of having lower lifetime earnings unless they get a little bit more help now.
So we're going to see the effects for years to come. Understood. Raymond Robertson, a political economist at the Texas A&M Bush School of Government and Public Service. Thanks for joining us this morning.
It's always a pleasure.